Hello everybody, welcome back for some StarCraft 2. This CC is rallied outside of his base. This is ByuN going up against Ragnarok, or SHIN nowadays. I believe that he changed his name because Ragnarok was too hard for his parents to pronounce or to understand. It was a bit too long and foreign. So he changed it to SHIN, which I think is just his name or surname, last name, I'm not sure. I'm not quite used to it yet. I kind of liked Ragnarok for a long time. Back in the day when I was Broodlord Infestor, we used to call it, sorry about that, ragnarok. Because you would always destroy Terrans in the round of like 8 of GSL and ruin potential great finals. I used to talk about it with a friend of mine a lot. He was like a big Taja fan and everything, and Terran player, of course. And then every time, Ragnarok would just destroy some player that he really wanted to see go far, and it's just kind of funny. But now, there's a new chapter in his book. It's SHIN. It's kind of like the Avatar books. Like, first book is like a book of water, I think. Now we're up to the next book. Book of Earth, I think, is the second one. So ByuN did rally out his SCV, but nothing really came from that. You see him going double gas, 1 barracks. So I would expect to see a Reaper and then a straight factory, or first a Marine and then earlier factory, yeah. So, not even getting an orbital. Wow. Getting a CC before the orbital. So this is a little different. This could have been a CC first. Missed that because I was rambling. But we do see a factory here. And it probably is a CC first if the Overlord just came in. So that does explain a lot. SHIN does get the scout, gets his third base on that 29 supply, and did not make any lings, so very nice scout here by Mr. SHIN. So he can be a little bit more economical against ByuN here. ByuN about to make a starport, going for the 111. Let's see what type of 111 this will be. It's going for Tech Lab, so probably just Heli and Banshee. We have that singular Marine chilling. And, I mean, SHIN can just drone up like crazy, getting the speed, not mining any more gas. He's probably going to be looking to saturate that third base pretty quickly. First 2 Hellions are about to come out, but I don't expect them to move out right away. Expect SHIN to wait for at least 4. Although, you don't really expect any slow links to come across the map, but as you can see, ByuN hasn't seen anything yet, so if it was a pool first type of build and SHIN scouted it, you could be waiting with a bunch of speedlings for you to leave and then just run inside of your base. Doesn't happen that often, but still safe, and now he can finally move out with the 2 Hellions as the other 2 are about to spawn, making sure that a low amount of Zerglings can't do any damage to him. Speed about to finish, and Queens making sure that these Hellions don't get inside of any mineral line or onto the creep. Banshee's coming out. Cloak is being researched, and this Overlord is about to find out. He's fucking around, but he knows what's going on. Stim is also coming out for ByuN here in a 3rd CC, so very greedy here from ByuN compared to what we saw him do for the last Zerg we saw him play. I'm trying to think of who that was. Was that Dark? I think it was ByuN versus Dark that I cast. Where... yeah, pretty sure it was ByuN... no, it was Hero Dark. Oh no. I'm kind of blanking on this. Okay, well, my last cast from ByuN that he played versus a Zerg, he was super aggressive. He was doing lots of multiple racks openers in the front, and just going, basically. not really building a 3rd CC until very late, and then flying over his main as the 4th CC instead of making a 4th CC at all. And, well, that did bear fruit for him. But now going for a completely different strat. Super economical, get the 3rd base up, and now really exploding into double upgrade, double barracks production. So he's setting himself up for very strong mid-game pushes. And could even think about parade pushing. If he gets a high amount of racks going and just uses 3 base until they are empty. Baneling that's coming out. We saw a lair. Yeah, lair almost done. A double Evo. Now just building upgrades for SHIN. So he's a little bit behind. But it's getting a 4th base. I'd like to see a 5th base go down as well. Or at least a macro hatch. You just want to have that surplus of larvae. And the creep parade is looking quite nice. Only 6 Hellions on the map right now. Don't think any of them died. Nope. Only 3 Lings, an Overlord, and a drone have died so far. Banshees come in to kill a couple of these alive tumors, but they will be replaced right away. Hellions come in to do a little bit of damage to the creep line. And the Zerglings actually get a pretty decent surround on some of them, but Hellions do wiggle out. 3 of them survive. So about half of them did die for that creep tumor damage, and now the Marines and the Medivacs join up together to move out here. Armory about to finish up, so we will see 3 Hellbats being morphed in, I think. Those are generally more cost efficient than Hellions. Unless you somehow find the time to manage your Hellions. Like, micromanaging your Hellions is just a lot of work. Now that's a lot of Ling Bane here from SHIN. He's ready. Going into the Hydras after this. 1-1 almost done, and behind this, ByuN is going for a secondary factory with Widow Mines. So probably going to be seeing the Drilling Claws. And 5th base for SHIN now coming out. Wouldn't mind 6th base as well. Like, you just don't want to be that Zerg that has to suddenly defend that 1 base that is already kind of lost. You know, in a siege tank game, there's already 4 siege tanks up here, and he's pushing this base. Well, then you kind of, like, sometimes it's just easier to give this one up. And then you still need to defend this area, because you don't want the 6 siege tanks to be placed over here, like ByuN did in the last game we cast of him, on Oceanborn specifically. So cool to see ByuN switch it up here. Wow, that's a lot of creep tumors. 2-2 underway for both sides, and it's just poking and prodding, but ByuN is going up to a 4th base. He's playing this one cool, calm, and collected. One thing we do need to note, he is a part of Shopify Rebellion. It's a cool esports team. They also have a Dota team, which makes them extra cool. Now ByuN slowly but surely inching forward on the creep here. Oh my god, that Widow Mine! What? I don't know if friendly kills count, but it felt like he just killed a lot of Marines there with the Widow Mine. But wow. That was 60 Marines gone. What? Bunch of Marines running into the 5th base. But the Lings and the Queens and the Banelings are ready here to defend. A couple drones do go down. Rob gets into the natural base, and the Hydras aren't in a plentiful number just yet to shut this down. Also just not in position. 7 Hydras now on the map, more being morphed in. We see an Infestation Pit as well, going for that high follow-up. Maybe even some Infestor sharking around, like the Infestor Sharks have been so crazy good. See a little Ling run by, little Ling squad here on the potential 4th base, but ByuN elects to take a different base as his 4th base, so SHIN none the wiser. Hasn't even seen the 3rd base, honestly. Just been very defensive here, SHIN. Comfortable just defending on his bases here on Oceanborn. Going for the 6th base. And ByuN still sharking around with this little Marine force. This 5th base never really that safe. You don't leave a little bit of Ling Bane there. ByuN taking a nice position here to perhaps attack the 6th base. Oh my god, but this is a lot of Ling Bane. How many Banes do we have? 50 Banelings with Hydras. moving on into the 4th base of ByuN, and that's a lot of hits on Marines. Most of them are in the medevacs though, but the SCVs do get slaughtered, and we see like 15 SCVs go down there. Marine attack here at the 5th base, taking out a couple queens, but that 4th base from ByuN going down, that's pretty crucial. And now an incursion into the 3rd base has commenced. More banelings trying to get more SCV kills. Oh, the supply depots go up, or down, I guess, for the SCVs to escape. And SHIN does sacrifice a bunch of banelings there, but does critical damage to ByuN there. ByuN now trying to re-establish the 4th base, and this is not what you want to see if you're ByuN. Like, he opened up so tranquilo. Oh, loses a medevac here. Oh, loses the 2nd one. Is going to lose this entire force, and now a lot of pressure from the top side here is completely gone. And now SHIN can kind of like tunnel vision onto this big force and onto this 4th base again. Doesn't have to deal with anything coming from the north. And, I mean, that is not comfortable if you are ByuN. Ultralisk Cavern coming out. +3 Carapace coming out. Do we already have... Nope, no Adrenal Glands yet. I hope that he starts that one soon. And it's just Widow Mines here, trying to make the difference. 7 Widow Mines on the map, and just lots and lots of Marines here from ByuN. But the creep spread still aplenty. Oh, banelings do get a small connection onto the Marines there. Marine force seems to be thinned out quite a bit, and this is just a lot of Marines roly-polying on into the Terran force. And a secondary Terran force, though, making an incursion into the base of SHIN, slamming down onto that 5th base, and that northern threat has returned. And now SHIN has to, again, retreat to deal with that, and the 4th base is up. Not a floated main base, actually a 4th base orbital. ByuN is kind of a fan of that. I've seen him do this multiple times, just taking an orbital at the 4th base. Now, I feel like it's just the standard to go PF there nowadays. So, kind of interesting to see ByuN go for an orbital. Maybe he just values the fact that it gives him more minerals from Marines. You can float them over again. And, I mean, 4 orbitals is, you know, 33% increase from 3 orbitals. So, that does feel pretty good. More scans, more mules. And ByuN again trying to get a position here. But SHIN is doing a really good job of taking, like, keeping this high ground. Wow, these Marines actually being annoying. Ultralisks are now on the map, though. Chitinous plating almost done, giving that +2 armor to the Ultralisks, on top of the +3 Carapace that they will have when they spawn. So that's 5 armor Ultralisks, and that is quite nasty, I can tell you that. It's pretty strong. I don't know if they have any native armor. Don't think so. Maybe 1 or so. But +5 is pretty good. Yeah, I don't actually know how much native armor they have. How much armor they start with. Huh, I feel like it's 3, because like 8 armor kind of sounds like the max, and then Marines don't do any damage to them. And I feel like it's 7 nowadays, when you are maxed out on armor. But maybe that is nerfed chitinous plating. Huh. It's been a while since I'd had to do that math. What am I here in the shrubbery, in the League of Legends bush? Trying to get some snipes off, trying to do some ganking, but it's hard to gank a bunch of Widow Mines. Way more Widow Mines, actually, wow. Ultralisk and Banelings going in there. ByuN, where is your army? His army is on the side of SHIN's... on SHIN's map. Trying to do a little bit of damage here. Walks onto the Hydralisk Den, destroys that. Targets down the hive. Bunch of investors are on the map now, though. And, oh my god, they need to get the... they get the Fungals. Fungal units can't get picked up by the medevac, so all of these Marines, or almost all of these Marines, are forfeit. The hive is still alive. More Ultralisks being pumped out, and only 50 SCVs are left here for ByuN. His orbital at the 4th base is burning. Did get repaired up, but the main base is dry. The natural is only 8 workers, 10 on the 3rd, and the only good base is his 4th base. And I mean, we already saw that it got overrun twice there. Ooh, a shark is here. Make sure that once these buy units dare clump up, they are immediately in peril. How many Widow Mines do we have? 14 Widow Mines. Those can make the difference. If we look at the army supply of ByuN, it is quite high. So even though this is a shitty economic position for him, and it feels like SHIN has everything that he wants. He's Ultralisk, he's Infestors, he has all the upgrades, and he just manages to pump out quite a lot of Banelings. ByuN does have a very high army supply. So if SHIN takes a fight off of creep, just like we just saw, he could go wrong. We even see Marauders coming out now from ByuN. No Ghosts, just Marauders. And Liberators coming as well, so ByuN has enough money to actually do a transition, but oh no, ByuN taking a fight on top of creep, and he might have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew, but these Ultralisks can chew a lot more. And they are chewing up all of these SCVs, trying to chew up the last couple Marauders. Nice Marauder here, tanking one for the team. And the last few Marauders have to get out of there. The fourth base gets taken down. And I mean, ByuN loses 20 more SCVs, and with that, loses game number 1. And SHIN takes game number 1 here versus ByuN. Going for an extractor trick here once again, just like it did last game. Not sure why that is. And, I mean, that Oceanborn game is just... It was pretty straightforward. Oh, SHIN. Going for a 16 hat, or 16 pool. Very nice. So, kind of looking to punish a CC first here. Which, it looks like, is happening once again from ByuN. But, I mean, ByuN wouldn't be doing this if he wasn't ready for this, right? Like, it isn't a hard counter by any means, but with a 16 pool, you can at least do something against this, I think. I mean, the CC finishes up earlier than usual, so I don't think you get to cancel. But there's no Marine there. Definitely no bunker. So maybe like a Roach follow-up that if you look for a 16 or a 16 pool Ravager rush, or like, what is it? 7 Roach rush. 6 Lings coming out. Then you'll definitely find Lambo's guide on that, which is just a great build. You make 7 Roaches, you make one of them into Ravagers from a 16 pool, and you just pressure the base of the Terran whilst droning behind it, and it just feels so good to take that early momentum versus a Terran player. And they will hate you for it always. Ooh, SHIN going for that quick third though. 6 Lings are on the move, ready to be annoying here, but this feels almost better versus Barracks first, because then the Reaper's halfway across the map, this CC isn't done yet, and then the Lings come in. So I feel like this actually kind of favors ByuN here in a way, because now SHIN just made 6 Lings, and, well, those aren't drones, and a later hatchery just to find a CC that can just lift off. Oh, he might get in though? No, this is gonna lift, and then this one Marine is just gonna keep it safe. He might get a cancel on this reactor. That would be nice. A kill on this reactor does cost gas, and gas is very precious early on. Nice kill. And now goes in onto that singular Marine. Does force a secondary Marine. Oh my god! That Slippy Marine! Oh! Wow, that Marine has seen some stuff. These SCVs got his back, brother. Wow, this Marine... popular in high school, that's for sure. Holy moly. Creep Tumor even further back here by SHIN. I don't know, that might have been just like a muscle memory moment. Because there's no way there's a Reaper across the map, so why isn't this... maybe the creep wasn't that far yet? I don't know. Maybe you got unlucky RNGesus. Queen moving out here to this ramp. What is this? Just trying to make sure that there's no Reaper. Interesting. Secondary gas and third gas coming up. Or, well, this is only 2 gases, never mind. I'm just so used to seeing one in the main base. We see a Roach Warren coming out, and this is one of the most, well, comfortable responses out of a pool first, is going into Roaches. Because you've been gasless for a little bit longer. and then getting speed super late. Like, you can't speed up the speed upgrade anyway. And then going into Lair, going into Banelings, etc. just costs a lot of gas. So the speed kind of feels bad to get. But the roaches are very stable. And you can just build them. Even, oh my god, actually he cancels the roach upgrade. Or, roach upgrade, roach warren. That is cool. I don't know if... Yeah, ByuN probably scouted that one. That is cool. That is very cool. ByuN doing the same opener as last game, though. And honestly, it just didn't look that good. So probably going to be building a quick third CC then again? Oh, he's making it on location, going even greedier than before. Hellions make their way into the base. 8 drone kills, my god. This guy's a madman, I'm sorry for missing that. These Hellions getting 8 drone kills versus SHIN that was already a little bit low on the drones because he went for these double gas and the pool first. 50 drones now versus a CC on location that he knows nothing about. Double engineering way in the front, in the face of SHIN. He's like, yeah, deal with that. Please baneling bust me. Oh, I remember, dude. Like back in 2015 or something. Maybe even earlier. Every time Terrans built them in the front, I was like, well, gotta baneling bust that. That's double upgrades that we cancel. That must be good. Investing 30 banelings into that must be amazing. What do you mean it's bad off of 50 drones? No, 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 no. I'm now even with his upgrades, because, you know, you always delay your upgrades as Terran or as Zerg because you want to get that 2-base Muta out. Dude, the nostalgia. 2-base Mutalisk is like, that was the most fun build ever. And for the 5+ years that we could do it, it was amazing. One cloak Banshee on the move. Gets a drone there. Is there a second Banshee? No. Wow, ByuN did get the cloak, but no secondary Banshee. Oh, they're already... Wow, already Banshee... What? Okay, I'm just not on top of it. Guys. One Banshee already died. Holy moly. Just dreaming a little bit too much about those 2-base Muta days. 1-1 halfway done for ByuN. 1-1 is started. Yes. Oh, that's what I was feeling. My tendrils were feeling the Spire. Coming out from SHIN here. And, oh, okay. He started double Eva, but he already had one. Okay, that's funny. Baneling Nest coming out. Baneling speed. I love fast baneling speed. It's good. It's really good. ByuN, you have a lot of gases, buddy. Why do you have so many gases? I guess he wants to have a lot of tanks and medevacs and upgrades. 2 medevacs going out with a bio force here. Tanks staying at home. 4th command center already coming out for ByuN. And ooh, big Ling run by here at the 4th, going into the natural perhaps. The drop going towards the 4th base. Oh my god, look at that! Oh my god! That tank was perfectly defended by these Marines. The Marine shield around the tank, dude. That was so cool. If that tank was alone, it would have gotten picked up instantly by the Lings. But all of those Marines around the tanks being a literal meat shield. Oh my god, look at this baneling speed barely not done. And he's just getting punished for it so hard. ByuN doing a lot of damage here. But 8 mutas are underway, so if these medevacs stick around, they will get destroyed, and that is a big pickoff for SHIN. But big attack here in the middle. 1-1 is done. We do still have one tank. This other tank stays at home. Couple Hellbats. Dude, I love Hellbats. Oh, and one medevac goes down to the mutas, and the secondary medevac's also gonna go down. And this is what feels good. When you play muta and you catch the first couple medevacs, and like all of the pressure is just relieved right away, you're like, yes, this is why I go mutalic. This is why I built the mutas. Because now you are sad. Because I killed all your marines and your medevac count low. And then it feels bad again because the Terran is like, well, guess we ship it. And he just attacks with everything. You're like, no, you can't do this. I have Mutalisk. I might be in your base killing your dudes. Why are you moving out? No! Just like this. Shin was like, hey, I'm attacking your 4th base. Do something about it. But ByuN's like, no. I'm attacking your 3rd base. Do something about it, you. Ooh, does get one pick on a siege tank here. Marines are behind the tanks, though. And the banelings are off creep. Get picked off by the siege tank shots and the marine micro. But Shin does survive here. Can fight another day. And is making more banelings. Did not have a lot of banelings left, though. And that's the big thing you have to watch for in these fights. Like, does Shin still have some banelings left? Because every time a Zerg player still has like 10-ish banelings left, he's safe. He's feeling good. He can fight. But if he has used all of his banelings and there's still a Terran army in front of his base, he might die. He might literally just go ahead and die. Oh my god, all of these queens were on move command. Off of creep. So a couple free queens donated there. Shin probably just microing his heart out with the Mutalisks. And those Mutalisks can find a lot of damage. Ooh, a couple of them rallied into the Marines. Oh no, Marines too fast. Tasagi. Do see more Lingbane coming out. Oh my god, actually the Carapace upgrade is just starting. It got cancelled there. Wow. Maybe it never got started because I didn't notice, but a secondary Evo chamber had to be rebuilt, and that is not good. Last time we cast a game of ByuN sniping Carapace on Oceanborn, the Zerg player got fucking owned because his units were just inefficient. And Shin's army will be less efficient than ByuN's army for a long time to come. The Mutalisks just fly by, can't really do anything. Want to take down this medevac here. And he doesn't have enough mutas here to deal with all of these Marines and the medevac, and that's kind of the number you want. You want enough Mutalisk to deal with the medevac plus the 8 Marines inside. Because then it's just more flexible, really. Like, you can have your speedlings there as well to assist, but that takes more skill. And, you know, the talented Zerg players always look for the right answer, the easy answer. Ooh, this Thor soaking up a lot of baneling hits, but not too many, I feel like. I feel like that's worth it for Shin. Overextends a little bit here to the middle of the map, but doesn't get too many Widowmine shots to the face. And now Carapace is almost done, so I mean, Shin is maxed, and he has 5 bases, so I feel like he's kind of fine with his position, but we want to see a hive at some point. You are a 2024 Zerg, or 2023 when this game was played, I presume. Like, you are a modern Zerg, you make a hive. There's no way you're just going 2-2 Mutalisk, right? I mean, he's not continuously upgrading Mutalisk. And there we go, Infestation Pit coming out. He realizes in what era he is playing. It's like, oh shit, I can't actually be on 2-2 Ling Baneling for the entire game. It's not a thing, huh? Oh my god, that's a lot of Ling Bane though. Floods on into the Marauders, and ByuN learned last game that, yo, Marauders are pretty good. I should have made those guys earlier. Look at all of this Ling Bane coming from all sides, tanking the Widowmine shots. I feel like doing a pretty good job there, taking down the 4th base of ByuN in the meantime as well. Oh my god, that CC almost died, and this hero SCV just kept on building. How many mutals do we have? We have 17 on the map. We've already lost 10. But all of the Widowmines on the side of Shin's base have been cleared up. ByuN on 160 supply. But 3-3 is about to finish up, and that is a big, big timing for ByuN here. And if Shin takes one bad fight versus 3-3 Bio, he's in for a world of pain. Oh, tries to take down the turret there. Only has +1 attack and only 17 mutas. Somehow 17 mutas can't kill a turret that has 250 health. Gold base might be taken by Shin at some point. For now, sitting pretty on 5 base, taking a 6th one as well, which is pretty difficult for ByuN to assault outside of just drop play or going through this tight choke. But ByuN setting himself up for a big fight here. Baneling's running in, but getting taken down just before connecting with the Marines. So actually being given away for free. Ooh, lots of Widowmines get destroyed there by the Banelings. So decent hits. And Shin can just remax. Does have a hive now. Has to start +3 Carapace, but doesn't have any gas. Just has to make more Banelings to stay alive here. Is making Mutalisk as well. Oof, I don't like that. 4 Mutalisk instead of +3 Carapace. Really, just playing like it's 2015. And sometimes you just gotta do one of those nostalgia builds, right? You don't do them because they're good. You do them because you want to play them. When you go like for 2-2 Infestor Stefano style. And SHIN collapsing onto ByuN's position here. Only a couple Widowmines are here. And he does have to commit off of creep, but the Mutalisk are here now to take down the Medivacs. Click on the low ones. Oh, yeah, he does get a couple Medivacs, but damn, that wasn't as good as you were hoping. Do get Adrenal now. SHIN struggling to stay alive here. ByuN is really choking him out, but SHIN does have a lot of bases everywhere. So I feel like if he really has to, he can give one up, but the creep is just completely dead. Like, how many queens are there? There's 3 queens in total. Like, you need all of those injects to go onto your hatcheries to even try and have enough units. Because SHIN's army is very larva dependent, very ling heavy. So you can't get stuck making creep tumors instead of injecting. But we haven't really seen him float enough money yet, so he has been managing his larva pretty well. Honestly impressive. With all the queens that he did lose this game. 7 queens have died. How many mutas do we have? 16 mutas left, so it has been remaking Mutalisk. Oh my god, that's a lot of bio here. 120, 130 army supply, and SHIN is doing some run-bys here in the bases of ByuN, but not really finding any damage. Now does give up 1 base there, sending the drones to his faraway base. Might even be the gold. And that should be okay, but this is a problem. ByuN is about to step onto the center of SHIN's side of the map, the heart of his bases. And now this is an awkward position. SHIN has all of his units on one side, and ByuN can just create another corridor of death. Another funnel. And SHIN commits. Oh, commits a little bit. Gets a couple good hits, and as soon as he sees ByuN react, he goes back again. He's waiting for the 3 Carapace, but I don't think he has time. Actually making an Ultralisk Den as well. Where are the Mutalisk? Mutas are behind. Banelings trying to find connections, but ByuN with the fan out. All of the Marines. Oh my god, the Banelings can't find any clumps at all. How many Banelings do we have left? 1 Baneling left, and this is the moment. If ByuN pushes in, SHIN can't resist. And there is nothing happening on ByuN's side of the map anymore from SHIN. Even though he was sending out some groups, and now he's at 120 supply. The last base of ByuN SHIN has been found out by ByuN. This base hasn't been rebuilt. No chance, no way, Jose. And SHIN is moving out to his last, like, fresh mining base. Sends in the Mutas and the Lings to try and desperately defend. But ByuN takes game number 2, and SHIN has to capitulate. And although I do love me some Ling Bane Mutalisk, wow, ByuN taking advantage of that fact that he... I mean, I don't know if this guy's lucky or just big brain. He cancelled that +2 Carapace, and he never let go. He took that one bad fight, I felt like, where he had to chill a little bit on 4 base, wait for his 3-3 to finish up, and then it was just all pedal to the metal. 2 factory Widowmine being pumped out, and I love these Marauders actually being... Look at this. 4 Tech Lab Marauders against Lingbane Muta. Think about that. These Marauders are purely there to just be... to invalidate the Baneling. And Mutalisk don't kill them very fast, especially not with +3 armor. That was just very nice play by ByuN. That was sick. Widowmines are... yeah. Wow. And ByuN brings us to this final game of this best of 3 on Goldenaura. I don't know if I mentioned, but this is a close qualifier game of the Katowice 2024 Asia Qualifier, where these two met, and they both will play in the, I think it's round of 16 of the main event as well, but I don't know if they meet. I don't remember. I don't want to, like, over-spoil myself by, like, keep looking this up on Wikipedia. I could, but that would be a little bit too much spoilerino. And before this all starts off, be sure that you are subscribed for more StarCraft action. Shin going for a 16 hatch here. He's like, nah, that 16 pool didn't quite work out in my favor. And, wow, ByuN, no way, dude. Going for that CC first again. If you saw the last game of ByuN versus... Shit, I don't know. I think it's Dark, but I don't know for sure. Versus some other... No, it was DRG. It was first DRG. Versus DRG, he was just putting racks in the front and making Reapers. He had like 8 Reapers. Half the games. Especially this one, Goldenaura. Like, I vividly remember making that thumbnail. Tanks over here, Corridor of Death over here, this base completely ransacked, and this base undefendable because of all of these chokes, these corridors of pure and imminent death. And DRG did spawn on the same side as SHIN. Let's see if ByuN gets a similar game. Going for the double gas again. So I'm expecting ByuN to just do the exact same thing. And what is SHIN gonna do about that? SHIN has been kind of changing it up, right? First game, he went for the hatch first with a extracted trick for some reason. And went into Lingbane Hydra. Hydras were not super early. You can kind of like rush Hydra, kind of like you do Muta. But he went for the 2-2 upgrades first, Baneling speed first, and then eventually, after securing a 4th base, went into Hydralisk production. And then in the second game, he went for a pool first, trying to catch out something dumb from ByuN. And now, sending out his Lings here. Probably scouting this once again, yeah. For 3rd time in a row that ByuN goes for a CC first against you, Shin. How do you feel about that? Probably nothing. Pro gamers don't have feelings. They just calculate. They're like, oh, this is happening? Okay, then this is the best play. I'm gonna do this and this and this. Look at all these Zerglings. Don't get anything done. I guess they get a little bit done. Deny the mining time. Like, if you made these Lings expecting a Reaper and the Reaper doesn't come, sending them across is a good play. But you need to leave pretty fast after that because either a Reaper pops out or Hellions are produced. But you still get a little bit of scouting. You can punish him if he didn't make a Marine for some reason. And you can deny a little bit of mining time. Maybe one SCV like gets pulled away slowly, and then you get an SCV kill. That feels good. It's sure to frustrate your opponent, and of course the mental warfare is almost more important than the actual game. And now again, these 2 Hellions going out as soon as the other 2 Hellions are ready to man the fort. So this wall is never unmanned. Because there could just be a cheeky Ling flood be coming out here for ByuN. Or for SHIN. But of course, we know that that's not happening. SHIN is just droning up. Just put workers back into gas. And likely just going back to the Lingbane Hydra, I would imagine. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here from SHIN. 10 more drones coming out. And what is ByuN doing over here? Getting a 2nd barracks here. 3rd barracks as well, so 3 racks. Before 3rd CC, so he is changing it up a little bit here, ByuN. Getting only 1 engineering bay as well. Okay. So going for the siege tanks. I see a reactor here. You see Cloak. Do we have a Banshee? Am I crazy? Yeah, we have a Banshee. Where's that Banshee? Hello? Oh, here it is. Okay. Jesus. The Cloak just finished up. Spore isn't quite done, so he can target down a couple drones. Good job not targeting the gas drones. That always goes wrong. Another Spore does finish up. Oh my god. Only gets 1 drone kill here with this Banshee lair now coming out from SHIN. 1 more gas coming out. And wow, that's a lot of dead space. Holy moly. That's a lot of dead space. We see 2 more barracks coming out. And no 3rd CC. So this is the ByuN that we saw versus DRG. And he's making siege tanks as well. We're gonna get a clinic here on how to abuse Goldenaura with your siege tanks. Be unbelievable. 2 Evos are done. Ready to start 1-1. I hate this placement. Look at how choked up this area now is. And, I mean, it won't get sieged down. If they were here, they could get sieged down. But I still don't really like it. Just build them over here, build them over here. You can even build them over here. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. 4th base going out for SHIN. Not taking down the rocks. Foreshadowing. I haven't seen this game, but it's just a safe call for me to make. Does do a good job of taking this area. You kind of want to have this Zalnaga so that there can't be any siege tanks running on in there. And SHIN really trying to get that creep out very aggressively. Not taking this base just yet. He has this base instead. Banshee has found it out. We only see 1 Banshee. Damn, we invested Cloak for 1 Banshee. That's crazy. Didn't get any damage done. 2 siege tanks in the medevac. And ByuN is going for the sucker punch. He's going for the tactics. He knows what he wants to do. Oh my god, the creep is getting denied right away. Is SHIN ready for this? Baneling speed almost done here. But here comes that medevac. Spreading doom. The siege tanks siege up. And the 3rd base is now in peril officially. Look at these Evo chambers. Not in the way at all. Queens tank a little bit of damage. Tank the first couple siege shots. Oh my god, the tanks get taken down by the siege tanks. More banelings rolling on in. Lots of Marines are the meat grinder, and the Zerglings disappear in that meat grinder. But both of the siege tanks did get taken down. So even though SHIN takes a bit of damage there, he's still fine on drones, and he killed the siege tanks, and that's the important bit. And now we see roaches coming out. Wow. Roaches, but I mean, that's a good call, I think. ByuN's on 2 base. He's just gonna try and do that again. If you can get a couple Ravagers out, you can just get Corrosive Vials on top of those siege tanks, and this attack's just over. Lings are at the 3rd base location. He's like, oh no, you don't have no 3rd base. Do you? Oh, Lings donate themselves. Another attack coming in. Only 1 siege tank here. Where are the Ravagers, baby? Ravagers are here. Siege tank in the back. Put the Corrosive Vials down, baby. There we go. Oh, 1 big siege tank hit onto those Banelings right away. I don't know if the Baneling health nerf affects that interaction at all. Not sure how much damage 1 siege tank shot does, but it feels like they got one-shot by tanks. Another tank coming out, and it's not looking good for ByuN. He needs to take such good trades. He's just trying to abuse these tanks in these very tight areas. Self-inflicted by SHIN, might I add. And the Marines run in onto the Carapace upgrade. Is it going to get taken down again? Oh my god, these Ravagers not getting onto... Oh my god. Another Corridor of Death. I see it, and I believe it. Does get on top of the tank, though. We do have a Liberator, but the Roach Ravager switch here from SHIN. Barely holding on. A Ravager still alive. Transfuses in the back. Roaches coming out. No Lings anymore. Just Roaches. Dude, a Roach switch into a Siege Tank build. Somehow big brain. Oh, put that Spore in the front. You need all the beef you can get. Oh my god. Liberators do hit a couple of these expensive Ravagers. Liberators are assholes and will target the most expensive unit in their field. Or is it the... Yeah, I feel like the most expensive ones. Because every time you move Command your Infestor through, it still gets targeted. But... Wow. What? ByuN gets warded away. This hatchery had less than 100 health. The Carapace upgrade will complete. And SHIN, I feel like that's a victory in itself. Keeping this base against this dirty, dirty siege tank attack? Dude. Honestly, I thought ByuN was kind of dead, but... He has a 3rd base. He has 1-1. And SHIN is now stuck on Roach Ravager. I mean, I prefer SHIN's position here, but the creep is abysmal. His tech is okay-ish. Infestation Pit is coming out. And Ravagers are good with Lings. He still has the Banelings. He has the Baneling Nest as well. could go into fast Ultralisks here with a 5th base. And sorry about that, he's getting a couple infestors, but my disk space ran out whilst recording this video. So we have a little awkward cut there. ByuN cutting down these rocks though. And he's now walking onto the 4th base of SHIN, and he didn't have any spotter units there. So this is completely going unnoticed by SHIN, and ByuN stims on to the army of SHIN and targets down the 4th base right away. Clicks it down? No. Clicks down the army first. Now clicks down the building. And the rest of SHIN's army that was positioned at the 3rd base now only comes in to reinforce. We see a couple of corrosive battles going onto the tank. Not on that one. You need 3, not 1. Not quite well spaced out. And now SHIN back on 3 bases. Oof. Dude, SHIN. If this was a boxing match, SHIN would have blood all over. His nose would not exist anymore. I think like half a liter of blood is just splurged all over his body because he is bloodied. Oh. Big drop here from ByuN. It did get spotted by SHIN at the last moment there, but the last moment might not be fast enough. Another attack coming in from ByuN at the 3rd base, and this 3rd base is very low. It might get clicked down right away. But the Sharks are here. The Infestors, boom, Fungal goes down, and no, Bio actually gets on top of the ramp. Is this Dota? Just defending the top of the ramp. Nobody passes. Gandalf says so. And the Sharks aren't getting targeted. They don't have any energy. One of them does die. Marauders do bonus damage to Infestors because they are armored for some reason. And the drop does manage to get onto the 3rd base and gets cancelled once again. ByuN did get warded away here by SHIN. Did kind of collapse onto the forces of ByuN near his 3rd base. More Infestors coming out, and that is mostly because SHIN is struggling for mineral income right now. His main basically mined out. Natural over halfway mined out. And his 3rd base is even showing signs of becoming mined out. Oh no, the Infestors all get targeted down before they get off a single Fungal. That's 3 Infestors just targeted down by ByuN. These Marauders. Oh my god, them Marauders looking sexy this game. ByuN, like, he made those Marauders last game, and he's like, wow, those are really good units. I'm gonna make a couple more of those. And they've been working out really well. They have slightly more range than Marines, do bonus damage to Armored, which is of course good against Roach Ravager, also against those Infestors. They're kind of like mini ghosts. They can already snipe with their concussive grenades. 5th base going down for SHIN, and he really needs a 5th one. But look at the creep spread. It's kind of abysmal right now. This is the only little bit of creep. Kind of like an appendix of creep. Or what is it called? In Dutch we say blinddarm. It's like a blind innard. I don't know what you call it. The little thing in your intestines that is useless, but can get inflamed, and then you need to get it removed or you die. I think it's called your appendix, but an appendix is also just the extra stuff you put into your document or report that nobody really wants to read, but, you know, it needs to be there for prosperity, for completeness, as it were. One shark is out on the map. We need to see some of those sharks. And Burrow Banelings, oh baby, Burrow is coming out. +3 Carapace is coming out, so SHIN is on top of that. We don't see +3 for ByuN yet, so that would be a very good timing here for SHIN. Corrosive Biles on top of the army, and they do have to retreat a little bit before continuing to fight. But Bio is pretty gosh darn efficient, huh? Widowmine, oof. Actually one-shots a Ravager? Wow, they do 120 damage? Are you for real? It's crazy. One-shotting a 100 unit feels bad, man. Ooh, tanks. Take down the Banelings there. SHIN had enough. He felt like there should be some blood in the water somewhere. He's just so thirsty. But couldn't quite get it done. ByuN just shuts it down. Very defensive position here from ByuN. Getting 3 more barracks. Getting another CC. So kind of like flipping the script here by ByuN. And the original Ghost King might actually go into some ghosts in the near future. if these get tech labs, like, we already have some liberators here. Don't think we're gonna see widow mines, but I mean, we see a couple. But like, no, not over tanks, basically. See an Ultralisk Cavern coming out? No adrenal glands or anything. Like, this 3 Carapace and this Ultralisk Cavern is the only hive tech we've seen so far. No Vipers either. Could make a couple Vipers with the additional gas that he has to deal with all of these medevacs. Because medevacs are pretty expensive for Terran. Burrow Banes are ready to dish out the hurt. We'll keep an eye on those Burrow Banelings. Now the CC is being finished up. ByuN did float over his main base, and even though SHIN didn't know anything about the main base, he doesn't know how correct his information is now. Thank you, Diva. ByuN sends out another Liberator. Dude, this dead space is kind of crazy. 3 Ravager Biles will deal with that. Another drop sitting over there. Oh, only 2 go down, so more drones will pay the price, the ultimate price. Widowmine on top of this base, making sure that no base can be taken over there, and the creep is still just abysmal. It's even worse than we than last time. Look at his appendix did get removed, but I don't know if it's going to save him. Widowmine gets taken down by the Ravagers. Dude, when the Ravager first came out, I thought that would be the meta forever. Just make Roach Opener, like make like 7 Roaches, and then keep them, go into Ling Bane, and then make them into Ravagers later. To deal with, like, Liberators, deal with Widow Mines, deal with tanks. Like, and just make your opponent move when they don't want to move. Because they're just such good units. Oh. I don't know what died there. I think an Infestor died. 1 Shark, 2 Shark, 3 Shark, and a bunch of Baneling Bombs. So SHIN is set up to receive another attack. Wow, wants to go for the Zolnaga, but that's a lot more units than he, you know, bit off a little bit more than he could chew. Banelings on a move here might hit the Marauders, and they do. These Marines are going to get some value, but it does give SHIN another base, even though he trades a little bit ineffectively here. Another 1 Marine was left over just to tank another Baneling hit. We do have this Ultralisk Cavern now. Do we have Kindness Plating? It is online. No adrenal glands. Even though we do have 67 Mariners. Oh! Those were hopeful. Hopeful biles. Drop in the main base. Comes out. And SHIN here. Oh! The Shark got scanned and killed here. Oh my god. Poor SHIN. This base is hard to defend, but this one also feels really bad. But he needs to make a choice. Can I sack this base? I feel like he can't. So many Marauders here. Oh my god. Does get some Fungals in the back there, but the Fungals don't last enough for the army to really catch up. This is Roach Ravager after all. Those aren't as fast as Ling Baneling. These drops still in the main being annoying. The Ultralisk Cavern stays alive. Even Ultralisk Speed coming out. So a full Ultralisk transition coming out, and SHIN even saving up a little bit of money there. Oh my god. And the scan on top of the Banelings. The Shark goes into shallow waters and gets harpooned in the face. Couple Ultralisks coming out, but already have 8 ghosts on the map, and the Ghost King is ready to evaporate you. Or, well, I guess snipe. Take you back to the Shadow Realm, or the Ghost Realm. Oh no, SHIN. All of this is off of creep. This does not look good. We see a couple Ultras coming out, a couple Infestors, but he has to keep this position somehow. Doesn't want to relinquish this base. All of the Banelings go down, and SHIN GG's out. Doesn't want to fight into this ghost tank position. Knows that he's going to lose this base eventually. Bleed out slowly but surely. And after 20 minutes of pure fighting, holding on for his life, SHIN has to tap out and give it to our boy ByuN, who takes this best of 3 with a 2-1 in the closed Asia qualifier for Katowice. And I don't think these players met in bracket of Katowice main tournament, but they both did reach the round of 16, if not the round of 8. So it's kind of cool to see these players play, right? And, I mean, ByuN, completely different style from what we saw from him for his DRG. No Reapers at all. Just pure greed, pure CC first bullshit. Guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe. It does help me out a lot. Want to hit that 1K subscriber mark at some point. Get monetized, you know. Make the big YouTube monies. I mostly just want to get noticed. Maybe, you know, do an actual live tournament for once. But first we gotta train. This training arc is long. Or, yeah, it's not over yet. It's definitely not over yet. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.